What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel Radical Rides. My name is Joe. Thanks for stopping in. If you're new here, hit that like and subscribe button if you like what you see here, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you're already a subscriber, thanks, and hit that like button. Share with your friends. And today's project, if you've been following along with my past videos, working on the differential on the Bronco. And today, tonight, because it's way later in the evening, in fact, it's snowy and cold. Oh yeah, you don't want to work now, do you? Oh, there we go. Yeah, we ended up getting a whole bunch of snow, and it's cold out here. Notice the heater? Yeah. And, well, tonight, I'm gonna try and get the actual differential in, because, well, I'm tired of it sitting on my bench, and it's gotta go in the truck. I'm tired of it on the bench. No, the pinion is actually set in, it's preloaded, so now the next project is getting this in, getting my measurements off from this, checking out the backlash, making sure all my shims and stuff are where they're supposed to be at. This thing's heavy, and it's not fun. Well, not when you're laying on cement ground. Fortunately, I don't have a hoist. That would be cool. Anyways, so this has to go in, and that's what we're gonna do. Like I said, this thing is heavy. If you didn't notice, my phone was just ringing and I had to go get dinner. And again, totally just hit my head on my sway bar. I don't know if I'm bleeding or not. It hurt though. That'll be good for video if you caught that. Basically has to happen is I gotta get this up into place. That's in place. We got these bearing caps it's got to go on. I want to be careful not to cross thread these or anything. Just want to kind of run this. No, that's it. Okay, hear that little click? That's what I gotta measure now. That's called my backlash. That's one of my measurements that I have to have in order to make sure this pinion and ring gear are all lined up properly. Got my nifty little tool here. Clamp on somewheres. All this is going to do is give me a measurement on how far this thing is traveling before it touches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this thing up right here. I got it zeroed out. Alright, I got about 8 right there. So that actually looks good. That's a good measurement right there. Well, that task there is done now. Now what we have to do, so I gotta move this up out of the way. Move this over here. For now I have to take now what I have to do is I gotta mark these gears with paint, rotate it around to touch the pinion, and it's going to tell me where it's actually touching at on these grooves, and it'll give me a good reading on where I'm supposed to be. All right, so like I said, I'm going to take a little bit of this paint, apply gear marking compound. All right, it's yellow. It's like almost like a mustard yellow. I'm gonna brush it on like so. Front and back. I'll do this to a couple of the teeth. Just want a nice solid coat on it. That way I can see where the pinion is touching the gear when I rotate it around. This is why I say it's kind of tedious and a pain in the butt, and it takes a while because these measurements are very important. When I first started getting into this, I thought it was going to be quick unbolt and bolt back in. It ended up being about as difficult as putting an engine together, which is sometimes difficult. A lot of little measurements, things like that. So like I said, I'm going to rotate this gear around to see where that paint, you can see where I got old paint, maybe you can see it. Check my pattern. See, the book gives you all kinds of little illustrations, and they're sometimes kind of hard to read. It's probably why I ended up putting it together the first time, thinking it was all set to go. I'm still not where I'm supposed to be at. That means all this has to all come back out again. Pinion has to come back out. I gotta take it and get it on bearing unpressed. I really need to get a press. Well, time to take her out. Well guys, thanks for stopping in. I know tonight was a little boring, a lot of in and out with the differential. I know we were at the beginning of the show, I said we were going to get it in. Well, we did, technically, and then I took it back out. And that's kind of the process. I'll probably have to do this maybe once or twice more, hopefully not. I'm really hoping the next time I put it in, it'll be all set. But I'm still going to have to take it back apart after that in order to put fresh parts back on in order to have it finalized. And then it'll be the same thing again, remeasure as I have final fresh parts that are put into it. I don't know why they make it with one-time use only parts like this. That's kind of stupid, but it is what it is, and I'm willing to, you know, keep moving forward with it. I'm just glad I have spares, but they're my last spares, so I'm only going to use those one more time. Other than that, I got to buy more parts, and I'm really hoping I don't have to. And I really hope I get this thing put together the correct way. Because if not, well, that's a costly experience, and I don't want to have to pay for that. Reason why I'm checking my measurements and checking them again and test fitting, and it's the reason why it's such a tedious job. If anybody's ever done this before, you understand. If you've never done this before, well, just watch my show and you'll see it's a pain in the butt. I obviously cut the clips to shorten it up, but I've been out here for at least a good 2 or 3 hours now wrestling this thing, trying to get my measurements, a lot of up and down and underneath the truck, getting tools. I mean, it's mechanic work. So as easy and as simple as what it seems here on the clip and on my video, it's still a lot of work involved. And now I got to get the bearing unpressed, reshimmed, pressed back again, and then I can get it all back in again for another test fit and more measurements. Other than that, thanks for stopping in tonight. Have a good night. Hit that like button, share with your friends, hit that subscribe button, follow me on Instagram, and see you hopefully tomorrow.